CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's a day off from work, but security restrictions are lifted in Moscow. There were threats of a march and armed insurrection led by the head of mercenaries fighting for Russia in Ukraine, Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
We see cracks emerging. Where they go, if anywhere, when they get there, very hard to say. I don't want to speculate on it. But I don't think we've seen the final act.
He was on ABC's This Week. The Coast Guard is leading the investigation into why a tourist sub imploded, killing 5 people last Sunday during a dive to the Titanic.
My primary goal is to prevent a similar occurrence by making the necessary recommendations to enhance the safety of the maritime domain worldwide.
Coast Guard Captain Jason Neubauer says work is ongoing to recover debris and possibly human remains. Canadian, French, and British investigators are involved as well. Canadian police are looking into whether there should be criminal charges. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And good Monday morning. Hey, y'all. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Yeah, I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Down. And I'm Lee Barrows.
Hey, good to meet you. We do appreciate you coming in this morning.
Okay.
Oh, it is a Monday morning, and it was a busy weekend. Wow.
It was.
Yeah. My wife and I just 8 hours yesterday in the yard. 2 short breaks.
That was me Saturday.
I feel you.
Oh, I haven't done that much labor in a yard in forever, and don't want to do it again.
Well, you should be done now.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
We got, we got crews coming in today too, and had to do some work out there around the utility pole so they could get up at some connections and disconnect some other stuff. So,
well, you might get a chance to see if all that works
Yeah.
morning early.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see today whether it works or not. Folks from John Starzinski, John Stars Electric, they're going to be here shortly and start switching things over. And then the power company, Jones Onslow, they come in and promptly at 9 o'clock, they shut us down. The entire house will be shut off from power until the crew is done out here on our meter base, and all the power coming in be swapped over to underground. That's good. And I have a standby generator out there. Will be hooked up, ready to rock and roll. And don't really have a need for it this week, hopefully.
Let's
What
pray.
was once Sunday is no mo.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Well, that's the third one up and down, right?
Yes.
And we lost Brett over the weekend or late last week, and it dissipated in the Caribbean. And this one, Cindy, looked like it might be off and running and headed for the coast of the United States, but it got out there and never got above about 45, 50 mile per hour sustained winds and then dissipated. So that's done. It's gone.
Shoo-wee. Is this going to be one of those years we run out of names again?
Yes, I predict it will be. Yeah, we'll go into the Greek alphabet again.
This is the first time ever in recorded history that they've had two named tropical systems formed in the Caribbean, in the Atlantic in June.
Yes. Back to back.
Yep, back to back. So that's good riddance.
I think
I'm glad
Cindy
to see
had
it.
something for Brett. That's why she was following him. She
Yeah,
was
but-
stalking him.
And then she she went to the right and up.
Yes.
And, of course, Brett just disappeared, ran out on her. That's the way it was. The Townsville Sheriff's Office is looking for help from anybody in the public eye following the death of a Jacksonville man named Andre Lewis, 44 years old. It was a shooting, happened in the area of Cordell Circle in Jacksonville about 4 o'clock Saturday morning. The sheriff's office received a call involving several people fighting, shots fired, and one person having been shot. They found Lewis on the road suffering from a gunshot wound. He was transported to Naval Hospital, the trauma center, and died. The deputies say this is an isolated incident, no threat to the public, and anyone with any information about this is asked to contact Detective Aaron Coleman at 910-989-4073 or 910-455-3113. Crime Stoppers also offers cash rewards up to $5,000 for information that's deemed of value or assistance to law enforcement. For this crime or others, you can contact Crime Stoppers. You can send a text a tip by typing tip 4 CS JAX, JAX, and your message to 274-637. That's called Crimes.
That club's had other incidences. I think we might want to look into that place. They've
Yeah.
had other gun in
4 o'clock in the
instances.
morning. What club is it?
It's Goodfellas. It's where
Uh-huh.
Top Hat used to be.
So what club is open at 4 a.m.? They
Um,
can't serve alcohol.
They have to cut that off at 2
2
o'clock.
o'clock.
well, I don't mean they do, but I hear you. But also the Waffle House is right next door too.
Uh-huh.
So I think
That's where the leftovers go.
yeah, they may have
Yes.
went there and spilled out back out there.
I don't know exactly where it occurred, but it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
in the area of Cordell Circle.
Mhm.
I don't know whether it was related to a club or the Waffle House or anything else. It may not be related to either one of them.
No, there was also right there in that area, from what I was told, a high-speed chase that ended in a bad truck accident. Whether it was related to this or not, I don't know. But
When was this?
it was also the same night. Well,
Friday.
this occurred Saturday morning, right?
Saturday at 4.
Well, this was, I believe, Friday night.
Hmm.
From my understanding, because people were texting me, and I was like, I don't know. I had to try to see if I could find some info on it, and I found that there was a bad accident, but I don't.
Mhm.
They said it was a high speed chase. I don't know.
Don't know whether it's related
I
or not.
do not know.
What else is going on? You guys have a good weekend?
I had a good weekend. I spent like you. I spent Saturday in the yard all day.
Mm.
So, and yesterday I took a me day.
Yeah. I took a wee day and it was heating pad time.
Oh yes, yes. Well, I did run and was able to sell the last of.
The chili?
We were raising some more, and we did some additional sales on chili, and completed it yesterday,
Good.
and made another $215 just doing
Yay.
that. So
Good.
we have surpassed our goal
Yeah.
that we set ourselves, and hopefully soon we'll all get together and present that big check to Piers.
Good. Yeah.
So happy over that.
Be good. That'll be really good. Craven County man is facing charges of felonious robbery with a dangerous weapon, misdemeanor assault up there in Beaufort County. 37-year-old Keith Paul Jr. of Lupton Lane in Newbern, arrested last week. At about 1:02 a.m., the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office received a report of an armed robbery that occurred on West Road in Aurora. Deputies responded. The victim was assaulted. His car was stolen. About 7:15 in the morning, Beaufort County deputies learned the victim's vehicle had been located by Pamlico County Sheriff's Office. So the guy was picked up. Keith Paul was picked up, arrested, later confined in the Beaufort County jailhouse under $100,000 secured bond. The victim had minor injuries but did not require any medical treatment. That's a good thing. Wayne County dude, the Goldsboro PD says earlier this month, a special enforcement unit conducted a traffic stop for a motor vehicle violation in Goldsboro. They say 34-year-old Joshua Darden of Dudley got out of the vehicle, attempted to walk away. Well, you stop a car and a guy gets up and he says, I'm just going to keep on walking.
I'm just going to run.
Keep on walking. They did a body search, found a concealed handgun and oxycodone tablets, amphetamine tablets, and cocaine inside his vehicle. Charged with trafficking opium or heroin by possession, trafficking opium or heroin by transportation, possession with intent to sell and deliver cocaine, possession with intent to sell and deliver Schedule 2, possession with intent to sell and deliver Schedule 6, possession of drug paraphernalia, and that carrying a concealed gun, $400,000 bond. I'm glad to see that at least in some places, when they find somebody with a gun and drugs, they're putting them under the jailhouse, under large bonds. If nothing else, that will make a difference. If the bad guys understand that, you know what, I don't care what's going to happen. It's going to require a secured bond. Means one that you got to put up the money for.
Correct.
It does not mean that you're going to give some bondsman 10%.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come up with the cash or equivalent property. And if you own a house but it ain't paid for, that does not count. You got to have it clear. You can put up a property bond, but it's got to have to be clear property.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
I always thought that you could put up your house. It had to be a clear bond.
Oh, well, because you don't own it otherwise.
Right.
And
That's true.
And they can't seize it.
What if you own 3/4 of it?
Too bad.
You're going to stay in jail.
Yeah, it requires a deed to do this.
Yes.
So anyway, let's see what else is happening. San Francisco. Let's go on out there before we do some more stuff. The grocery stores out there, Safeway and others, they're having such problems with shoplifters. They're putting up extra security inside the stores.
Yeah.
Like gates that you can't get out of. Like things that got chain link fences around it.
I have issues with that. I mean, I understand why they're doing
Security, safety is a problem.
Yeah.
it. Right. But what if you're
Fine.
inside there and something breaks out and you can't get out? And You're
Yeah.
the innocent person.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's what worries me.
So that's
But I
always,
can understand why they're doing it.
I can too.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I don't know.
That's like being in a bank, they could
Oh,
they could easily, when the bad guys come in, they could easily hit a button to secure all the doors to
Right.
keep the bad guys inside. Who wants a bad guy with a gun inside a bank?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. That's
Now-
why I don't go in banks.
Now, if you had a double entrance and you could secure the outside door and the inside door, like in a Sally Port type of
Right.
situation, once they leave, the outside door is secured. And
Mhm.
once they're inside that secured area, lock the inside door.
Yes, that's smart.
That'd be cool.
That's smart.
Well,
But you can imagine being in a grocery store and something like that breaks out and somebody hits a button, all the doors are locked, you can't get out. I'm like, oh gosh.
No.
I'd be hiding under the meat counter.
I would go to the back and employee like break room because usually they're in the
Yes.
back where they keep the the extra stuff.
Right.
And sometimes it's on a second level. Like you go up there, I'd go up there. I'd find the employee break room and hide in there.
I'd be looking for the ceiling that has the ceiling tiles that are suspended.
Yeah.
Climb up and
Yeah.
find my way out somehow.
No. I'm just pulling my sidearm and standing in the corner somewhere.
I don't usually carry mine to go to the grocery store.
You might need to if you live in California. You would.
Well, in California, yes.
Is that in a bulletproof vest?
I know,
No doubt
just to
about
go to
that.
the store, get a hamburger.
Anyway, that's what's happening out that way. And it's not just Safeway. It's a lot of stores.
Mhm.
A lot of places are doing that. They're having all these problems. Businesses are closing down, moving out of state. They don't want anything else to do with California.
Can you
It's
blame
too much
them?
nonsense.
And nobody's doing nothing about it.
Well, they're not going to.
It
Well,
just-
that's where the voters are going to make a difference coming next
I
election.
agree with that.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's a very strong liberal state.
You got too many Looney Tunes out there, and they're going
I'm telling you right now, 2024, locally, state, and federal is going to be a contentious year.
It is.
Contentious.
It's going to be a bit of a problem.
It's just like I saw Mark Robinson came out the other day and formally endorsed President Trump,
Yep.
or former President Trump.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, because being an elected official, you usually don't say anything until after the primary.
Right.
Mhm.
So that surprised me.
Some things you just don't expect, and there's no way of explaining them. Like Donald Trump. You would expect that when a grand jury returns a true bill of indictment for 36 counts of doing wrong, that the former president's poll numbers would drop. Wrong. The opposite happened.
I told you.
A recent poll of likely Republican voters, that would be you ladies, did you get asked any questions? Did you get polled?
No, I have complained about that for years. I've never polled.
Now, I do get surveys that come in through my phone and
I
email,
don't
but
get
I
SWAT.
just delete them. I don't even answer them.
A recent poll of these Republican voters shows that 51% of them will vote for Trump in the primary. Ron DeSantis remains in second place with 22%. Mike Pence is third with 7%. I just don't understand this whole thing. I recall, I mentioned it before, a popular congressman from South Carolina in the 1970s being indicted on corruption charges. Caught on video taking bribe money from an
yes.
FBI agent posing as an Arab sheik.
Mm.
The video was released and broadcast on TV news around the world. But the congressman, John Jenrette, ran for re-election anyway. And only a month after he was convicted and sentenced to prison, he almost won. He lost that election. What's up with voters? I don't get it. His wife at the time, Rita, did a tell-all interview for Playboy magazine after the fact, complete with revealing photos. A shameful story. She also wrote a book of what goes on behind the scenes in Washington. John served 13 months of a 24-month sentence. Returned to the grandstand, went back into business. He passed away in March of this year at age 86. Rita divorced him and is now an Italian princess, 3, living high on the hog.
How do you get to be an Italian princess?
She married an Italian prince.
Okay. All right. Got it. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay.
If there's any Italian princess out there anywhere
Lee's looking for
with a
prince.
boat,
Yeah. And maybe a castle.
I love spaghetti.
I do too. But I'm not Italian. Or Italian, as some people call it.
Italian.
The White House is catching a lot of grief over the weekend after reports that Hunter was accompanying his daddy to Camp David. Got
Hunter.
aboard Marine One, right along with him. Happened smack dab in the middle of those bombshell whistleblower allegations of political corruption, not to mention Hunter's guilty plea to federal charges, tax charges, and accepting a plea deal on a felony gun charge.
So is the story about him accompanying his father to Camp David?
And they want to know why.
Well, what's wrong with that?
The House also went to a state dinner Thursday night.
Oh, well, I'd
In
leave
the
him
White
at home
House.
for that one.
The state dinner is a little bit much.
Yeah,
but-
I'd say you need to stay
But,
home for this one.
But I would say the going to Camp David to see his father. I mean,
Although not to go see his father, to go with his daddy. What were they going for? To get away from the media.
well, yeah.
Well, I can
The
understand.
I
House
understand
Ways
that,
and
yeah.
Means Committee revealed Thursday its interview with an IRS whistleblower last month who shared a WhatsApp page from 2017 where Hunter told a Chinese business associate he and his father would ensure you will regret not following my direction. His words, now you ready? I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. That's what he told Henry Zhao, the director of Harvest Fund Management, in the message provided by IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley. And Hunter continues, and Z, that's the guy from the Harvest Fund Management, and Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I'm certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. Now, help me out, ladies.
Okay.
Am I'm older, but and I may forget some stuff. Am I forgetting a lot of stuff these days? As I recall, in my head anyway, that the now president, while he was campaigning back in 2020, and again since he's been in office, vowing that he never gets involved with his son's businesses.
Yeah, he
has
said that.
Good, so my memory's still intact.
Yeah. He said that repeatedly.
Well, he's
actually.
busy saving the queen right now. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Maybe I'm not the one with the memory issues. Maybe it's POTUS.
Well, a lot of people say that.
I just don't think he should run again. I mean, see the issues he's having right now
Who
with
would,
his
who would
memory.
run instead of him?
Well, you got RFK Jr. that's
Uh-huh.
already thrown his hat into the
I'm
ring.
still convinced that Gavin Newsom's going to throw his hat in the ring.
Well,
Could be.
I'll
That's
probably-
scary in itself. But
The-
I'm just
outside,
saying.
outside California, that will likely fall flat.
Oh, I agree. But I think his ego he just seems to be putting himself out there in the news more and more.
Yep.
It just makes me suspicious.
A little bit of weather, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with the sheriff of Onslow County, Chris Thomas, going to be in here, and we got 4th of July coming up in a little over a week,
Yes.
and it's we're going to talk about the illegal fireworks that are out there that people go out and get, and what the sheriff's office encounters and what they do about it. This week, we're going to be talking about the safety issues dealing with even the legal fireworks that I've seen the tents already set up. They're selling them now. They got them on the store shelves.
I've seen them.
I mean, way back when I was a kid, the only thing you could get here in North Carolina were sparklers.
Same.
My
Yeah.
brother went home with setting off fireworks at his house, and JPD drove up and said, "You can't do that." He said, "But I bought them at Walmart."
Yeah.
Well, JPD needs to come to my neighborhood next Tuesday then. For that show that rivals something Onslow Pines would put out. For that guy
Mhm.
spends,
Well,
there's probably $100,000 on these fireworks.
well, I can just tell you way back when at Curie
Mhm.
Beach, working the 4th of July, I had a trunk load of fireworks. I was so afraid I'd get hit in the rear end. There'd be a little bit of fire. I'd be boom. I started taking it into our lockup,
Mhm.
to the evidence
See
locker,
this
and put it in
beautiful
there.
fireworks display on the road, and yeah, there goes Rayford.
You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. Will be.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary. Ray Maliotti here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new silver. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. See how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up from a traditional lap bar to a familiar steering wheel experience for stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Unlock the possibilities of your lawn with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street in Kinston for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Empire Pizza in Jacksonville joins all veterans, active duty personnel, and citizens in remembering this Independence Day. Never forget what the day really means, acknowledging the brave men who in 1776 drafted what became our Constitution, the document that gives the power of government to the people. It's a great time, too, to celebrate with traditional hot dogs, but at Days Inn, give yourself a break and order a pizza that's made with only fresh ingredients, quality cheeses, and specialty dough. Empire Pizza, 521 Yacht Road in Jacksonville, 910-346-3100.
When Ronnie Watson and Steve Matthews first came to Emerald Isle, they came by ferry or private boat because there was no bridge. As the area grew, Ronnie Watson became mayor. And since that beginning, the Emerald Isle and Atlantic Beach area has continued to grow and is one of the top family beaches on the East Coast. In 1978, Ronnie and Steve formed Watson Matthews Real Estate and joined the residential development of Emerald Isle. They were the developers of several residential subdivisions, including Land's End, Emerald Plantation, and played a part in the development of Emerald Landing, Royal Oaks, Dauphin Ridge, and several. Ronnie and Steve realized that the spectacular growth would not have been possible without the community, military families, and neighbors. Watson Matthews Real Estate, serving Emerald Isle and the Atlantic Beach area since 1978. Phone 252-354-2872. Online at watsonmatthews.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Tideline Marine and Family right in Jacksonville, your one-stop shop for all your boating and fishing needs. Come on down. If you got a boat that needs to be repaired, a motor that needs to be repaired, or maybe you just trade that sucker in, get you a new one. That's the best thing to do. Sometimes that's the only way to do it. Located at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. They're closed today, but doors will open again tomorrow at 8:30, and that will be a great time to come in and have a chat and see what's biting, because they will tell you everything that they hear. And I'll tell you that there are fish out there. Talking with one of the professional guides late last week, and he said the dolphin, the mahi are within 10 miles of the beach, which is unusual this time of year, and got some really nice ones out there. And a little hint, just drive until you find the blue water. Lately, the blue water has been much closer, so that's where the dolphin like to hang out. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Small craft advisory in effect from this afternoon through tomorrow afternoon. Offshore today, winds out of the southwest at 15 to 20, gusts to 25 this afternoon, seas 4 to 5, dominant period 8 seconds, sounds and rivers choppy. Southwesterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20, gust again to 25, seas 4 to 6 feet tomorrow, dominant period 6 seconds, sounds and rivers again choppy. Wednesday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, coming down just a bit, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon, seas 3 to 4 and coming down, sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 90. Will be a little gusty with gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly after 1 a.m. Some storms could be very severe with large hail and damaging winds. Otherwise, mostly cloudy at low of 69, with gusts tonight as high as 24 miles an hour, notwithstanding the storms. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, and some could be severe, mostly sunny otherwise, of high of 89. With gusty winds tomorrow. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 68. And on Wednesday, sunny, high of 90.
And on Wednesday, because we don't have very much of a chance of rain from Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Correct.
I'm going on a killing spree.
What?
I am.
Shh.
What are you killing?
Bugs,
Oh, okay.
What kind of
grass, weeds.
Seriously, in front of the sheriff?
I like it.
I'm mixing up a batch of poison that our friend Timmy,
Mhm.
I think the sheriff knows Timmy, has given me the recipe for. And last year I mixed it up and I did some damage to the weeds, and that's what I'm going to do
Oh,
again.
weeds.
Weeds.
Well, you said bugs.
Well, there's some bugs that are attaching themselves to the weeds, and
So
they're going to die too.
confused.
Well, I might need that recipe.
Roaches and whatever,
Yes,
you know, that kind of
yes.
mess.
Okay.
Sheriff Chris Thomas, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. All in a spiffy uniform.
I know.
Got it
Kim,
right
yeah.
out of the cleaners. And
I like these new pants with the stripe down the side.
Mhm.
So professional.
Is that different?
No, sir. It's we stuck with the same color scheme.
I thought so.
Yes, sir.
But you added the stripe.
No, I thought.
No, this is a
Those
what
are
we
the
call
dress
a
pants.
Class A pant,
yeah.
and the
Oh.
other ones are utility pants.
Class A pants for a Class A sheriff.
Got dressed up for the radio.
Yeah.
So it was. Sheriff, you guys coming up in about a week. You're going to be busy on Tuesday night next week, I'm sure. If tradition holds true, you're going to get more calls Tuesday night.
If
Boom, boom,
tradition
boom, boom,
holds through, it'll start Saturday night
Yeah.
and go all the way through the fourth.
Wow.
quite honest.
Well, maybe they'll run out of firecrackers before
I
Tuesday.
wouldn't bet on it.
I wouldn't bet on it either.
You know, sometimes people get a little confused. North Carolina says no fireworks, but then we got tents set up. They sell them at Walmart. They sell them at Sam's. They sell. There are legal fireworks and there are others.
They are, if it's under 16 milligrams of powder, Pyrodex, or the active ingredient in it, it can be sold here. Those are your little snap things that you give your child to throw and make a snapping sound. The little sparklers, things of that nature. They are legal in North Carolina. You can't sell them to someone under 16 years of age. That does not mean someone under 16 can't possess them. But a retailer just can't sell them to them. And we always recommend adult supervision with anybody who's messing with those type of fireworks. Of course, a lot of folks go across the state line
And they come back with explosives.
Pretty much, yeah. They can come back with pretty strong stuff, bottle rockets and bang type fireworks and make loud noises.
It used to be a general rule: if it went up, it's in the sky, it was illegal, right? Or made an explosion.
Yeah, pretty much. The bottle rockets that you see these days, they generally are illegal because they have more than 16 milligrams of powder in them. They also present a fire hazard as well.
Of course.
We've had a lot of rain here in the past week or two, so it's a little better
But it's going to dry out.
It's going to dry out, and people just need to be really careful when they're messing with those.
And as far as dangers to individuals and to pets and whatever, those even sparklers, when they reach a certain point and you drop them on the ground, they've still got some fire in them.
They're still hot. A lot of these sparkler devices that they put on the ground that spin and shoot up the multiple colors. Sometimes pets and children get too close to them and they can get injured.
I've seen damage to people from fireworks. Some of those things are not nice.
They're not, especially some of the stronger items that you can buy in other states.
Cherry bombs.
Alcohol and gunpowder doesn't mix. Well, alcohol and firecrackers don't mix either.
There you go.
Fireworks. So we get a lot of folks injured like that. Sometimes a lot of minors that not under good supervision get injured as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, last year we had no injuries, no major
thank
injuries
goodness.
that were reported. But we had not quite 50. I think it's 47 calls in the 3-day period
Good
leading up
grief.
to and including the 4th of July. And the night of 4th of July, we had 27.
Wow.
That does not mean they weren't a lot of activity. However, those were the only calls that we received. And we try to respond to those and make sure people are acting responsibly and doing what they should. I do ask people in these larger neighborhoods to be courteous of their neighbors. We have a lot of military veterans in this community. Some of them are suffer from PTSD.
Correct.
And things like that really kind of can upset them or trigger things for them. So just be courteous to your neighbors.
You don't want to upset somebody. They can cower in a corner. They can do all, they can have episodes, and that's just not pretty.
There are too many public displays. You have a display on the base. I'm sure there'd be a very nice display at the Freedom Festival at
the park,
Onslow
Onslow
Pines Park this weekend as well, rather on the 4th. So I encourage people to go to that. They're very professional fireworks that they go off really well, and I encourage them to go to those things.
I'm not sure whether Swansboro has one this year or
Yes,
not.
they do.
They do.
They
thought
do.
so.
Yeah,
I was
they do.
going to post their
And
flyer today.
likely at Topsail or Surf City area.
I'm sure Surf City will have a display as well. So there's a lot of options to see some really nice fireworks.
And if you've got a boat and you really want to have a good time, go down river Tuesday afternoon, sometime about 3 or 4 o'clock. Take your pizza with you, take your hot dogs with you, whatever you want. Take it on your boat. Go down about 10 miles downriver, 8 to 10 miles downriver. You'll see the place where everybody anchors up. You will be accompanied by at least 50 other boats.
So is the pirate attack going out Tuesday
I don't know
night?
yet. I haven't made up my mind yet. But anyway, we go down there, or they go down there. I've been down there several times. Music's great. People turn the radios on. Generally, patriotic stations
Nice.
somewhere. Hear all sorts of cool stuff. And then when the time comes, when the witching hour happens, you can see all the stuff at Camp Lejeune. You can turn around and look at the stuff back at Onslow Pines. So you got the best view in the house.
Oh, yes.
It's great. You don't hear it.
And you're not crowded.
And you can swim in the afternoon. The water will be warm, obviously, and all the boats down there, a lot of people just get out and swim. Some people raft up and tie up to each other, and they just kind of have a little bit of a nice little party going on. Kids all over the place. So they get to see what it's all about. And the only traffic you're going to have is the traffic going back to the boat ramp.
Yep, and if you just line up, everybody can
And
follow
just
the line.
Follow the line. When I've been
You
down
don't
there,
have to worry about that, though.
yeah, I'm the last one to leave, so that way I can just tie up at the marina and be done with it,
Mhm.
the one and done. So that's the easiest way. That way I'm not fighting a lot of boating traffic. But you can rest assured the boat ramp will be filled with people. So, but it's a nice, safe way to do things.
It is,
and you get all the benefits of without having to fight the masses. Highway 17 South will be, as usual, lined up with cars saying where it says "Do not park here." They're going to park there and stand outside the vehicles. Nobody seems to be too concerned about that.
Only time we really get terribly concerned about it, or even the highway patrol gets concerned about it, is if they're impeding traffic or they're too close to somebody to get injured.
Right.
I do notice some more restrictions from some of the businesses in that area where parking used to be available.
Right.
Will not be this year.
It's a liability.
Yeah, I recommend getting there early and finding you a good spot at the park. We'll have obviously deputies there. The highway patrol will be there as well, helping with traffic.
Good.
So we look forward to a good, safe evening and a good time.
Now, what do you do if you come upon some of these, a trunk load of fireworks that people have brought in from South Carolina? Do you seize it, or what do you do with it?
We try not to. It depends on the circumstances. We try to operate on warnings because we know folks are trying to have a good time and just trying to enjoy. But we have to operate them on a, as they come to us kind of basis under the circumstances. If it deems we seize them, and we move on. If we have to write a citation, we will. We prefer not to. That's why we try to get the word out early for folks to be safe and be careful with what they're doing and be careful with their children.
Well, hopefully folks will be paying attention to what's going on and what you guys have to do. And we'll appreciate that. I appreciate you being safe. And if you want to park in my front yard, just in case, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not shooting off any of it. I got dogs and they don't like it.
I'm fortunate my dogs don't pay any attention, but I know people that have dogs that go into a pure panic. It just breaks my heart.
One that we used to have, she would just shake and everything else. We had to turn the TV up to keep the noise from all over the place out here.
She didn't fare well in a thunderstorm.
No, she did not like thunderstorm either.
Yeah, my friend's dog has seizures when the fireworks and thunderstorms. Yeah.
And obviously, I never took that dog out when I went to the range.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't do that. No.
Back in the day, of course, I had dogs as a kid growing up, and they were all accustomed to gunfire. There was no issue there. So,
that brings to mind, too, how do the canines do with that?
Doesn't bother them. When we train so they're used to sounds like that.
Yeah.
Yes. How's Bono?
Bo is Bonito's his name.
Bonito.
Bo's getting a little age on him now.
He's
But
my favorite.
He's still an extraordinarily good canine. I mean, I've seen a lot of canines through my career, and he is top shelf. He's a really good dog.
Let me tell you about Bonito. I went down when the officer was a police officer at Surf City. Just gotten the dog, or hadn't just recently gotten the dog, and they just got some money for I forget something for the car. I think it was a cage or whatever for the car. So I went down to get a few pictures for PR. They asked me to come down, so I did, no problem. And Benito, I said, "Can I get a couple of pictures of Benito?" I said, "Benito, come to me." Came right to me. We walked away from the officer, which she was like amazed that the dog came with me and sat down and posed for pictures.
Wow.
He's a beautiful dog.
Yes.
He's had a lot of photographs taken.
Oh, yes.
I've been on TV and everything.
Yes, when he was on that show with Dawn.
He is a star.
Oh, yes. I was rooting.
Yeah, that was cool. But anyway, so she thought I was trying to steal her dog.
You
I could
probably
have.
were.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Take that dog.
Maybe. Let's take a quick break. Then I want to go back to something that occurred over the weekend, see how you guys are doing with that one. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south of Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime 910-37172. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-2222. 5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut bone-in strip loin is only $7.99 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin is only $1.59 a pound. Center cut boneless thick pork chops, $2.79 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, just $4.59 a pound. Jumbo pack of fryer wings, only $2.19 a pound. Boneless ribs are $2.59 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanders's Farm chicken. Over in produce, black, white, or red seedless grapes, just $1.99 a pound. Sweet California cherries, just $3.99 a pound. Fresh California strawberries, just $2.99 for a 1 pound package. Ruby grape tomatoes are just $1.99 a pint. A 6-ounce package of raspberries or blackberries is only $2.99. And crisp green cabbage, just 69 cents a pound. And you get 3 6-packs of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Hello, Onslow. Roy Spinnett here, County Commissioner. The 4th of July is when we celebrate Independence Day, the day that the Second Continental Congress established in 1776 to celebrate the Constitution of the United States. I want to wish all of you a safe and happy Independence Day and thank all of those who serve to keep us independent and safe. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back live and local, and I guess in the studio, Sheriff Chris Thomas here in Onslow County. And we started out the show this morning talking about I'm going to call it a possible homicide because I don't know what the circumstances were. One guy was shot and died. So generally speaking, it's going to be a homicide unless it's a suicide or an accident.
It's a homicide
Yeah,
investigation.
I figured as much. You got a call about a big fight happening.
Yeah, it's really not uncommon for us to get calls for fights at that location. There's a bar there, which tends to stay open late. It's not.
They can't serve alcohol.
Yeah, it's not illegal to stay open as long as you're not serving alcohol
Right.
after the cutoff time. And sometimes crowds gather in the parking lot. You also have the Waffle House across the street.
Leftovers.
And I know nobody's ever been to a Waffle House at 3 in the morning drunk.
No.
But it's kind of that kind of combination.
Mm-hmm.
We responded there to the fight and to the report of shots being fired and found an individual that had been shot.
Mm-hmm. And he passed away.
He did. Our deputies tried life-saving measures at the scene, and he was transported to Naval, but he was pronounced deceased there.
Yeah. Now, I know you got an ongoing investigation, but you probably have some indication of who the individual or individuals were.
It's an ongoing investigation. We're following a number of leads. We'll say some folks have not been very cooperative with us. Which is not uncommon, honestly.
Bad for them, though.
Bad for them, but we do have several leads that we're following up on.
Okay, good. And you still, if anybody knows anything, give you a call.
Please do call us, or if they want to remain anonymous, they can also call Crime Stoppers, which works real well with us on these type of events. But please call and let us know if they know anything, even if it's a rumor. call us anyway, because it might lead to something that we can substantiate a statement or something that we have.
You take leads on calls about anything, right? From Crime Stoppers to whatever. People want to call you and tell you, hey, there's a drug house down the street from me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They can remain anonymous.
They can do that with wanted persons, drug,
child abuse,
child neglect, those things.
And you take them seriously.
Absolutely. We investigate all of them.
Good. There, you can drive through a lot of neighborhoods that might not be the high classiest neighborhoods in town, but that doesn't matter. You can generally pick out people take care of their stuff, except for people who run drug houses.
A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, and they look as decent as they can look, given circumstances. But you can always pick out a drug house.
They're easier to find than you think. More difficult to prove. But
yeah, well,
easier
that's when you got to work on it. But whatever. I'm see you guys are doing a lot. I've seen a number of cases recently, and I'm sure that if history holds itself true, plays itself out, we will suddenly start seeing arrests from time to time after you worked on because you always got somebody undercover. I know.
We always got an investigation going on. We try to do as many of them as possible with in the federal system.
Mm-hmm.
Get more results sometimes for the larger cases than we do on the state level, but we get good response there too.
Good. Sheriff, I appreciate you coming in as usual.
Thanks for the invitation as always, and see y'all again soon.
Yep.
Thanks for the schooling on fireworks.
Yes. Yep. And if you've got it and it goes up in the air, makes boom. If you bought it across the state line, chances are it's illegal. And if you argue with the deputy when he shows up, you could be holding yourself a little citation. That's
we
the
have
way
a
that
phone
works.
call. Wait a minute, Chris, just in case.
It's the.
He may have a.
He may have
a question for you.
Yeah. Hey, Theo, what's up?
Hello.
Theo, where'd you go? Nope. He hung up.
Okay.
All right. That's good. Let's take a break here. Live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local community real estate agent here in Onslow County, North Carolina, servicing Onslow, Carteret, Pender, and the surrounding areas of Eastern North Carolina. I am with Pier 24 Realty in Swansboro, North Carolina, and I am happy to assist buyers, sellers in their home selling and their home buying purchases. So, sellers, let's chat for just a moment. There are buyers currently looking for homes, and homes are selling rather quickly still. So reach out to me at 910-340-0224, and I am happy to come to your home and go over a market report for you to show you what your home potentially could sell for in this market. Buyers, let us meet for coffee on me and have a chat and partner with a local lender here in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of Eastern North Carolina to go over your home buyer budget plan so that we can come up with a budget for you that fits your needs to get you into the home that you can afford. And give me a call today to get started at any time, or text and answer the phone quickly at 910-340-0224. And I am happy to meet with you and go over your home selling or your home buying budget plan. 910-340-0224. Donna Riggs, your local community real estate agent in Eastern North Carolina at Pier 24 Realty in Swansboro, North Carolina. I look forward to hearing from you very soon.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311. Summer vacation season is here, and Mixed Masters Concrete in Beulaville takes this time to remind you to drive carefully. When it comes to concrete, does it harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated, 3661 East Highway 24 in Beulaville. Whether you need concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural projects, Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated serves all of eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, concrete for outdoor kitchens. Mixed Masters has the concrete, and owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate. For on-site delivery, phone 910-298-6153. And they deliver on Saturdays. Nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville. When you need ready-mix concrete quick, call Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulaville, 910-298-6153. Proud to be part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and surrounding counties.
Cannonball!
Serving all of eastern North Carolina's in-ground pool needs, Saltwater Pools is your go-to for summer fun this year. Middle of building your home or just looking to make your existing home into your paradise, Saltwater Pools will work with you to help make that dream a reality. We can specialize your pool to suit your vision of a personal oasis with lots of options to suit whatever your budget may be, with features such as spillovers, heaters for those cooler months, wireless pump and light controls, animal-friendly features, rock outcroppings, tanning ledges, custom lighting. Call Saltwater Pools of Jacksonville at 910-333-5055 to start working on your backyard getaway. Focus on top quality installation, competitive pricing, and fully satisfying our customer needs. Saltwater Pools is ready to make your life a lot cooler. Call us at 910-333-5055 today, and we'll have you swimming by July.
Get your saltwater pool today. You'll love it.
When vacationing on our beautiful Crystal Coast, you come for the slower pace, the gentle waves, the salty air, and the quality time with family and friends. So while you enjoy our little piece of paradise, let the Low Country Kitchen help with meals. We'd love to cater your next family event with one of our Carolina-style seafood boils, enough to feed your entire crew. Or enjoy your meal outside at our pavilion on the waterfront. Come by land or by boat to the Bar Kitchen in downtown Swansboro.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Well, how'd you like to be fishing in a pond like this gentleman was, and an alligator starts swimming towards you down at Hilton Head Island? It's about medium size, about 5 or 6 feet. He's coming across the pond towards you. So you pull your bait out of the water, then you start backing away. He comes out of the water and chases you.
I saw that. I saw that video this weekend.
Mackerel.
Yes. And alligators run fast. They can go up to 35 miles an hour.
No. No, the expert here says 7.5 to 9 miles an hour.
Well, when I lived in Florida back in 1987, we had a park ranger tell us that they had clocked an alligator running almost 35 miles an hour, chasing a dog. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I saw that video of that guy and that thing coming out of that water. Nope.
He's only good for short distances, according to the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, capable of running at speeds of 7.5 to 9 miles per hour, but only for short distances.
And he stopped in that video. The guy, he stopped, hissed.
Yep. Yeah.
My question is, what kind of motor was on that boat?
He wasn't on the boat.
He was fishing.
He was on the. He was standing on the bank.
He was on the boat.
No.
He
was standing on the bank.
Oh,
like
yeah,
on
I saw that one.
Yeah.
And then people kept going up and looking closer. I'm like, what's wrong
Y'all
with
are
you people?
crazy.
Yeah.
I'd have gotten my car and left.
Back off.
That's self-defense there. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
For me, it would be self-defense.
Oh, I hear you. Yes. That thing was fast. He came up out of that water quick.
Yeah.
And the other guy laughing. I'm like, trying to get you next.
Yep. In Florida, some video of a manatee chasing an alligator at Florida Park.
I love manatees.
I want some. We need some more manatees around
Uh-huh.
here.
They're just gorgeous creatures. Gorgeous creatures.
They are.
And just graceful.
Yeah, they were. I guess drunken sailors called them mermaids.
I know.
So
I've heard that, yeah.
I mean, you had to be drunk. Call
Oh,
that thing a mermaid.
Speaking of that, Rayford, I have a question.
What's that?
So I was watching a show, and on the show, they had a horseshoe on a boat, and you didn't, it would say bring bad luck. Is that really a thing?
I've never heard that one.
Okay.
That must be on their boat.
I know you don't take a banana.
No.
They even mentioned the banana on that show.
No,
actually, yeah,
you
that's
don't-
like a
you don't-
thing.
no,
but they
it
said the
is a thing.
horseshoe. Yeah, everybody, you had to every time you walked onto the boat, you had to touch the horseshoe. If you didn't, it would bring bad luck. So
Yeah.
that's not really a thing.
Maybe
just
I've
for
never
that.
heard it before.
Okay.
Maybe on his boat,
But
their
they
boat,
did talk
whatever.
about the banana.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
Yeah.
It will go overboard.
I remember you losing your mind about when Dee Dee brought that banana.
I
that time.
didn't, but Bill Rabb did. He took it out of her hands as she
Yeah.
was peeling it, threw it overboard.
Yeah, she told me about that. Yeah,
And she said, what? He says, either you or the banana.
yeah, yeah. That's and at the same time y'all had that bad weather.
And no, we had
Oh,
the
what,
bad
the same
weather
one?
another time.
Okay.
So, yeah, we had bad weather
Heard that
last
story
year.
too.
Ooh. And we did have some bad weather when Dee Dee was fishing.
I'm
aboard
telling
one
you, she
time.
told me about it. Yeah,
Robbie wouldn't go out that day.
yeah. I don't, not one bit for it.
I've been out there on those deep sea fishing excursions where it was rocking so bad you're standing there holding a pole, and when the boat rocks one way, you're almost touching the water with your
Nope.
face. Oh, it's fun.
No, it is nothing fun about that at all.
Yes.
All right, let's take a break. I got to send a message here, find out what's going on. You're
Mm-hmm.
live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Threats of an armed insurrection in Russia are over for now. The head of the Wagner mercenary group fighting in Ukraine for Russia had demanded changes to Russian military leadership.
The man Wagner mercenaries demanded be removed is shown today visiting troops in Ukraine. We can't be sure when the images of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu were filmed, but it's a clear attempt at a business-as-usual message from the Kremlin. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, though, among those warning this weekend's turmoil could take months to play out. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
The penalty phase starts today for a synagogue shooter in Pittsburgh.
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Robert Bowers, who was convicted earlier this month of killing 11 people in the Tree of Life synagogue mass shooting. The same jury that convicted Bowers will decide whether he will face the death penalty.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. This part of the federal trial is expected to take about 6 weeks. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
All right, we're back live on local Real Talk, and got the AC back on again, so thank goodness for that. It gets warm in here at times, so if you hear a little bit of noise.
It's all this hot air in here.
All right, what else is cooking?
What else is cooking?
We learned over the weekend, and we've heard about it on Fox News and elsewhere. The tourist submersible appears to have imploded on its trip a week ago to
Yes.
the wreckage of the Titanic. It's in about the ship Titanic's in about 1,250 feet of water. The sub was built to withstand the pressure of about 1,300 feet of seawater. The vessel was discovered about 1,600 feet from the Titanic,
Yeah.
so not too far away. All 5 souls on board apparently perished. The Coast Guard is currently leading the investigation to determine what went wrong. The investigation could lead to criminal or civil penalties. Now, I had to ask you, I had not heard, I did not know, but this vessel had made any number of dives to the Titanic in the past. So it had been under pressure and under
Yes.
pressure. You know, even with scuba tanks that are pressurized to 3,000 pounds or more of air, right? That's a lot of pressure. They have a life expectancy, and they have to be tested periodically.
Well,
And then when they're up and expanding and contracting, and yes, they will expand and they contract.
Right.
After a period of time, it's deemed that they are no longer any good.
That's right.
They can't pass the hydro test.
Mhm.
So they're discarded.
Well, by going out into international waters on a ship and then being released into the water, they weren't subjected to all these certifications that they would normally have to have if they were entering the water through land. Like there is like a submarine service in Florida, but they have to constantly be certified and inspected.
Well, I still question why this thing, they even brought up one of the little submarine submersible things that were searching for this thing was tethered, and some of the ones that went down and got artifacts off the Titanic was tethered. I still maintain, why wasn't something like this tethered to the mothership? Not that it would maybe do any good, but still, I just don't understand. But this thing had made quite a few trips, and it's just sad. And and being, that James Cameron interview was very telling.
Oh,
It was
yes.
very, he laid it out there, and he feels like that company was cutting corners
Mhm.
on that ship. Everybody wants to be the latest and greatest and the first one or whatever, but this is a safety thing. Those depths, you can't cut corners at all. It's very this whole thing is just tragic.
So much coming out about it. And I know there may be a criminal investigation before it's over with.
They're
We'll have to wait and see.
looking at it as a possible criminal
Yes.
or civil.
Mhm.
I mean, it could be civil or
Mhm.
criminal penalties
Yeah.
involved. The Coast Guard is leading the investigation. The Canadians, of course, that's kind of like their turf as well. The French are involved. It could be a mess.
Mhm. I feel like it's going to be.
It, no doubt about it.
I saw a story that I want to bring up, and this has a lot to do with parents teaching their children to be respectful of everybody, even if they think they're different. This little boy in Texas is in a wheelchair. He has cerebral palsy.
Uh-huh.
He's 9 years old. And so apparently they had a career day. And he lives in Houston. And last year they had a career day, or this last school year. And he dressed up like a police officer
Mhm.
because he wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah.
The school bully pushed him out of his wheelchair because
Oh,
he
really?
was dressed like a police officer and threw him to the ground.
Oh, my.
And so the NYPD, the Blue Lives Matter NYC, and the Vigilance Law Enforcement Marine Corps Motorcycle Club heard about it, and they flew him to New York for a tour of NYPD offices, and they gave him a tour of the Big Apple.
Good.
They wanted him to show how important to the law enforcement community he is. And then back in Houston, he had been given a police escort to school, a tour of the Houston Police Department vehicles, and other things,
Good.
trying to make people how important that law enforcement is, and for this poor kid to be bullied. One, he's already in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And to be bullied for that. And I think this goes back to parenting. Parents need to, from the time their children are young, to instruct them not to bully someone because they are different in whatever way they're different. And matter of fact, to go out of their way to make sure they're inclusive of kid in a wheelchair, for
Yes.
example, or a kid that may have some form of learning disability, or may have a hearing impairment or speech impediment, or whatever it is, not to bully. And parents, if your children, you find out your kids are being a bully to someone,
Mhm.
you better deal with that at home.
Yes, you had.
Absolutely deal with it, because this is, children are just cruel. And this is sad. I mean, it's heartwarming that this child, has been made to feel inclusive, but I mean, it's traumatic for a kid. He's going to have to worry about when he starts back school, is this going to happen again? And schools really need to crack down on the bullying.
Absolutely.
I don't think a lot of times schools do enough. I'm still hearing things from kid clients here in Onslow County. and it needs to be addressed. But it also starts at home with parents teaching their kids and making their kids accountable, period. So that's my soapbox
Yeah,
for the day.
I
It's
totally
very
agree.
sad. And
Um,
just to be thrown out of a wheelchair. I mean, good gracious.
That's assault.
It is assault.
And I mean, I
Even elementary school.
just
it's
go ahead and seek
absolutely
a
assault.
juvenile
Yep.
petition against a
Yep.
kid and arrest him.
Yep.
That'd be, that gets your attention.
I agree.
Mom and Daddy, has it got your attention yet?
I mean, come on. But, that kind of behavior starts at home. So,
Certainly does. And if you are on social media at any point this week and you see a lot of parents with very bad social behavior.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I got to the point, I just shut it down. I'm
stupidity
just
starts
like,
at home.
I'm so tired of the disrespect.
No.
And the
Well-
people that create the disrespect think it's okay to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
they're,
sick of it. I'm
but just
sick of
because
it.
someone is different doesn't mean
they're great
they
examples
need to be
for the
targeted.
kids.
Right. And just
Um,
because somebody might have a different opinion doesn't mean that you should be targeted.
No.
And then when they started picking on the Jacksonville baseball team, I was like, "Ugh." But anyway, we didn't announce
Got a
that.
new, they got a new name.
They got a new
We have a new
name.
name.
Yeah, the Jacksonville Ospreys.
I had a feeling that
love
was
it.
going to be the name they chose.
I
I
love
had
it.
a feeling.
No problem with it.
Yeah. I liked the Gunners, but I had nothing against the Osprey as well. I mean, I just had a strong suspicion it was going to be the
Well,
Osprey.
when I
Yeah.
voted Devil Dogs in honor of my dad because he was a devil dog.
I did the Gunners because I thought that
And
was cool.
but I love the Ospreys.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Well, when
Well
the
done.
Ospreys covers both elements, military
Yes.
and civilian.
Yes,
and,
it
and
does.
it shows also our river
Right.
and honors what happens in our river.
Right.
And it's like,
I
it's
think
nice.
the public did an outstanding job
did.
picking
coming up with
names.
some names, yeah.
And I commend the owners of the team the way they were able to get down to the last 9 in the
Mhm.
top 9. And then, that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they did it for us.
Mhm.
And that's, it means a lot.
Yep, I like it.
I
I
do
like
too.
it. Got some advice for you folks, and it comes from one of my cousins, Jennifer. We know, we all know
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes, we do.
If you're if you've got a loved one who is on various medications or whatever for whatever reason, find out what those medications are and put them in your phone because you're going to carry your phone wherever you go.
I took pictures of my parents' medication.
Keep
yes.
a list of them. Keep whatever the dosage, the kind of medicine it is, and if possible, how long they've been on it.
Correct.
So
It's a good
in
idea.
case something happens,
Yeah. You've got a list you can give to
you
personnel.
because they're going to be
Yeah.
asking you
Correct.
for this,
Yeah.
that, and everything else.
Mhm.
So you need to be doing that.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That would be the smart way to handle stuff. So
Mhm.
I think that's a really good idea that she
Mhm.
came up with. And she, like she
That's
said,
very
when
wise.
her husband had his stroke years
Mm-hmm.
ago, she did not have everything that he was on, but she's got everything now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And definitely, it's good to make a paper list like that and then put it in a plastic bag, a Ziploc that you can zip up and put it in your box. Because if something happened, we had some bad weather,
Yes.
you could go get that and it would, still be legible. So good
Yep.
idea.
Yep.
Excellent, Jennifer.
China is maintaining support for Russia despite a short-lived mutiny by the Wagner group of heavily armed mercenaries Saturday.
Well, I think they're going to regroup.
One of the biggest challenges to good old Putin's
Mhm.
reign of terror after more than 2 decades.
Yeah.
2 decades he's been there. Good
Mhm.
God.
I know.
I mean, talk about term limits.
Yeah.
Well, his term may be up the hard way if he keeps it up.
I'm telling you, this group was fairly well organized. They had they had a lot of equipment.
Uh-huh.
I think, and they were halting. I mean, Moscow, I was watching it over the weekend and they were urging citizens to stay inside. And I mean, they halted their little 600-mile march, but I think this group has plans.
It does.
They've got some backing from somebody.
They got a weakened military now.
Yeah, they do.
Russia does.
And a lot of doubt, those spreading those seeds of doubt.
And
Yeah.
they don't,
Yeah.
much of the military is going to, they're going to mutiny.
I agree.
I think
I
so.
think they will too. I'm with you, Rayford.
But China has expressed continued support for Russia's leadership to stabilize the country. How are you going to stabilize the country with Putin in office?
I agree. I don't know.
It's going to have to be somebody else going to have to take over, and it cannot be one of his henchmen.
Yeah.
They're going to have to start from scratch.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Oh, wait, they got the gate open.
Well, the dogs are supposed to be secured.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure because we would hear barking.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, China's foreign ministry initially said only that this guy had exchanged views with China's foreign minister, Oin Gang, on Sino-Russian relations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, China is in their hip pocket. There are things happening there that don't need to be happening.
Yeah, yeah. It's a whole lot happening. So
Well,
I don't know. This was interesting when I first heard about it. It was big news all week, and I was watching it Saturday.
yes,
it was
I did
like
too.
on quite a few news channels, and they were just showing all kinds of stuff. I mean, this group was well trained, and they were funded by somebody. They had a lot of stuff, a lot of good equipment.
Yeah.
And Putin seems kind of surprised, and he was angry on his little speech I saw him give. But I don't know.
Well, they aborted the mission,
Yeah, they did. They halted their march.
and Putin, I guess, had a deal with them. Stop it, and we won't prosecute you.
You know,
criminal
I
charges.
wouldn't believe that.
I wouldn't trust
This
that
guy
man.
is, if he thinks Putin is telling the truth on that, dude, come on now.
Mhm.
No way. If I were that guy, I'd leave the area or go into whatever hiding you can go into.
Yeah.
Go into the Ukraine. They'll keep you there.
And go help them out.
Yeah.
They could use your help.
Yeah. Ukraine's been holding their own though, shockingly. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
but they could
Putin-
still that
Yeah.
could put them over the edge
Yeah.
if this group were to join up with the Ukrainian folks.
Yeah. And they might. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I just wonder what involvement China would have, if they would play any role in if an attack actually took off and went up against the Kremlin.
Unless China's secretly hoping Putin's toppled. That's their only ally. They might want to be nice to him, but I'm just saying, you never know.
Mhm.
Because China can't control old Kim Jong-un or whatever. So they don't look at him as that. They just kind of pat him on the head and keep him quiet.
Do you remember when all this war broke out? Well, a year ago, and we were all like going, because they, the prediction was it was only going to last a couple months, and we're like going, no,
Yep.
it's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while because the Ukrainians were more organized than I think. But I think Putin just underestimated
Well,
it.
the citizenry
Yeah.
were armed.
Yeah.
They were given guns. They just opened up the arsenals
Mm-hmm.
and handed them all guns because it was Russia. Civilian ownership of guns was
Mhm.
few and far between. But everybody's got one now, and Ukraine is now free. They're
Yeah.
fighting a war, but
Yeah.
the people are free. And hopefully, once this thing is over with,
Mhm.
they will keep the guns, so that the only time that they have to be fearful is if Russia invades again, and we've already got guns. We don't have to. We got experience now.
Yeah, I agree.
Citizen armies can be very powerful.
Hmm. Absolutely, they can. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Do you remember the Furbies? Do y'all remember those annoying
Oh,
Furbies?
yes, the annoying Furbies.
Well, parents, WITN has put it out. Hasbro is bringing back the Furby, and they wanted to warn parents. They're making a comeback. I hated that stupid Furby.
But I don't have to worry
My
anymore.
daughter had a Furby, and that thing was annoying.
All mine are grown.
Yeah.
what's annoying about it? What is it? A doll?
No, it's this.
It's just
And it
like-
talks.
Uh huh.
It's aggravating as heck, Rayford. I'm going to get you one.
No, you're not. I don't want
Yeah.
one.
I'm going to get you one. Oh, they're hitting stores on July 15th.
I don't want one.
Thank goodness it's not at
speaks
Christmas
gibberish,
time.
it dances. Yeah. Yep.
I know. We should order one for the studio.
Telling you. It said, back in the day, it didn't have an off switch and would randomly wake up from
Oh, no.
all hours of the days.
Oh,
and
it's got an off
My
switch.
daughter had one. Now
Yeah.
they have an off switch.
Oh, I can put an off switch on anything.
I hated that thing.
Click,
That thing.
bang.
It was awful.
Does it work underwater?
Don't know. I should have tried it.
That's
'cause
an
I-
off switch.
Yeah.
See, it's the gremlins you don't get wet, right?
Gremlins, the ones you don't get wet. Yes. Yeah.
Rayford's like,
Why?
what? Because they multiply.
They multiply. You never watched that movie Gremlins, Rayford, in the 80s?
No.
We need to do a movie day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they multiply.
They do.
They're vicious.
No.
And you don't feed them after midnight.
Nope.
You don't get them wet.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
You don't feed them after midnight?
No.
No.
They're evil. They
Do you
turn
feed
evil.
them before midnight?
Yeah. And they were.
What do they eat?
They eat during the day.
They eat during the day. This
Bananas, I guess. I don't
They
know.
eat stuff, but at night, if you turn them, they turned evil. Spike was the leader of them. Yeah. You need to watch that movie, Rayford. It was good. They were destructive, and yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Gremlins was a good movie. I can't believe you
Speaking
never
of
watched
such,
Gremlins.
guess what was on TV all day yesterday?
What?
All the Jaws movies.
Oh yeah.
I watched them all
Mhm.
again.
I have a friend that loves to watch the
Dude.
Jaws movies. Yeah.
No.
Nothing wrong with Jaws.
I love Jaws.
You got to clean up the ocean somehow or another.
I remember being a kid watching the first one. It kept me out of the water.
I'll
dude.
never forget when they
Yeah.
first came out and I watched them. And
Mhm.
after that, it was,
Mhm.
I didn't hang out in the ocean like I used to on the board.
Mhm.
No. I'd get out there about to my knees and something hit my leg and I was
Well,
gone.
seaweed touch me. You see me walk on water out of there, like yeah. Nope, I don't like the
Let's
ocean.
go ahead and take a break. You're live and local,
Okay.
Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSMA. Jaws is out there waiting for you.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best products and services to their customers at exceptional prices. Whether you are furnishing your year-round residence, beach house, condo, or office, they have the furnishings to fit any style. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture and Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as Sealy, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hashizaki. Financing and local delivery are available. Sound Furniture and Appliance open Monday through Friday from 8:30 till 6 and Saturdays from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point.
Hello, I'm Kelly Knapp, and on behalf of myself and the staff of Community Prevention Services, we want to wish you a very happy 4th of July. We also want to remind you, if you're going to celebrate, please do so responsibly. Don't place alcohol in reach of children and teens, and don't drink and drive. If you need a ride, call a family member, a friend, a taxi, or an Uber. We want everyone to be safe. Have a wonderful 4th and a wonderful day. Thank you.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. These zero-turn lawnmowers are engineered for strength, versatility, and durability in one lineup with premium features engineered to leave you with a well-manicured lawn. Step up to the strength, comfort, and precise cut of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series and unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
With the dreaded arrival of the hurricane season, one of the most concerning issues is the loss of electricity. The inconvenience of even a few hours without power can become a nightmare if that loss drags on several days. Imagine losing everything you have in your freezer. A growing number of people are buying meat in large quantities because it's much cheaper. Why not consider a standby generator and get those worries out of your mind? John Stars Electric can help you with a plan and can handle the entire installation. John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. Please have a happy and safe Independence Day. Celebrate, but remember what the day is all about.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And speaking of whole house generators, they call them standby generators. I was corrected by the John Stars group on last week.
They're called what?
Standby generators.
Never heard of that, but okay.
Oh yeah, that's what they're called officially. So, and the guys, the team from John Stars is ironically, coincidentally, out here right now.
Yep.
And they're getting ready to make the big switch over for me at 9 o'clock this morning. We will lose power, and then we will regain double power. We will have a backup in place, ready to rock and roll. I'm so looking forward to it.
That's good. And you were doing weather earlier, and we are under a level 2 risk
It's gonna be
of
a scary thing
severe
tonight.
storms tonight after midnight. So
Yeah.
make sure your batteries are good in your weather radios.
Yes.
And make sure your apps are working. And if you've not downloaded the weather app, that's good to have. I've got so much stuff between Alexa, my weather radio, on my phone. Believe me, I get my. But yes, I would love to have a standby generator.
There comes the transfer switch. They're just
Yeah.
walking through the gate carrying all this stuff.
I know. I keep.
They got like a half dozen guys out here to make this changeover because they're going to make it as
Was that
seamless as
wasn't a
possible.
guy? Oh, was that a guy that just walked by? Oh, I just saw the earring. I thought it was a woman. I was going to like, you go, girl. That's a guy.
Guys wear earrings too.
I know, but it looked like a big hoop, and I
Uh-huh.
thought it was. It was a gauge. Oh, I don't like those things. Do you like those things?
It's a what?
It's a gauge. It's like
A
you have a
gauge.
hole in your ear, and you put this. It's almost like a tire rim or whatever.
I don't care.
You put it inside the hole, and it stretches your ear. Oh, I see him now. No, it's definitely
Okay, whatever. Tideline Marine family at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. I may have to go down and get aboard my boat and take it out for a ride, and so I can stay cool today.
I don't know. You might not want to today with this weather being so
No, you need to
unsettled.
I got a cabin, remember?
You need to stay in here.
I think we
Captain
need to
of the
take up a
Titanic.
collection and go
Yeah.
out the 4th of July on the boat.
I took, I filled up my boat Saturday.
How much it cost you?
I put in 240.8 gallons.
Oh no!
It's got a 300-gallon tank.
Oh, two times
$1,093.23.
Oh,
Are you being
my
serious?
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my! See, that's another reason why I don't own a boat.
Well, this is a big boat. And
Oh, he's-
It is.
It's
It's
a
a huge
big
boat.
boat.
Yeah, I know.
And
I've seen it.
And I
It's
won't
a
have to fill it up for the
Jagunda
rest
boat.
of the summer. You know,
Oh, okay.
We got 8 days of fishing coming up.
Okay.
At the beginning of the 8th.
Wait
So
a
you're
minute,
not
what
filling
were
up
those
$1,000 every weekend.
Oh, heavens.
What were
no.
those
Okay,
dates
just
again?
making sure.
The 8th through the 15th.
8th through the 15th of this month.
No, next month. Today's June.
Oh, well, we're almost to July.
July, yeah.
Okay. Kelly,
That's fine.
you don't have any trips planned that week?
I leave the 15th for Dallas, and I'm gone that next week.
Oh,
So,
well, that's fine.
yeah, he'll
That's
be back.
the 15th
Yeah.
is a Saturday.
Yep, it is. We fly out
we're
on
good.
Saturday.
Oh,
We're good.
No
Can't
problem.
believe I'm having to go to Texas in July. Lord have mercy.
It's
been
living
so-
on the sun.
It's been so hot there. Yes.
Anyway, down at Tideline, you stop on by. They'll be open tomorrow morning at 8:30. And if you need gas, you might as well come on by. They're getting a brand new gas tank down there, by the way.
Nice.
I like it.
Brand new big one, and this one's been around for about 400 or 500 years.
Mhm.
So it's time to get a big one, a
Upgrading.
new one. Yep.
Okay.
And so that'll be filled up, and I think it's well, I forgot how many, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gallons, but obviously for me, if I have to fill up sometime, they need a big one. And we got several boats down there that they take a lot of gas. In fact, John Stars, he's always down there filling up his boat.
Nice.
Anyway, tie-dine, all your fishing and boating needs. You need something worked on your motor. You need oil change. You need things, minor stuff, annual maintenance. Come on by. You've got a week to 2 weeks. Wait is about all you've got for something like that. If you've got run issues, you may have 4 weeks or longer, depending upon how bad it is. If you haven't used your boat for the past year and you can't get it started, it's going to take a while. It's got to be diagnosed, and parts will likely have to be ordered. Can't have enough parts in stock for every boat motor out there. I can tell you that right now. But they keep a big supply in. They've always got stuff for mine. And my motors are well taken care of. Tide Lines at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Did I hear a dog?
I do.
He's inside.
Okay.
Sure?
Yes.
Small craft advisory in effect from this afternoon through tomorrow afternoon. Today offshore, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the afternoon, 4 to 5 foot seas, dominant period 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Southwesterly winds tomorrow 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the morning, seas 4 to 6, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy. Wednesday looking better. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. That's what you like to hear. Seas in the morning 3 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Mostly sunny today, a high of 90, but gusty with gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. Tonight, though, y'all be careful. It's going to be rocking and rolling. Showers and thunderstorms are likely mainly after 1 a.m., so this will be overnight. Some storms could be very severe with large hail and damaging winds. Otherwise, between all that, mostly cloudy, a low of 69, but gusty tonight with gusts as high as 24 miles an hour. Tomorrow, we still have a chance of severe storms. Otherwise, mostly sunny, high of 89, with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 68. And on Wednesday, sunny, hot, and a high of 90, and no gusts.
I saw some pictures over the weekend on WITN. They had some, we had a lot of heavy rain, thunderstorms, and all that around here last week, right?
Yes, we did.
And they had some issues there in Greenville. They had a storm come through, cars were overturned, trees fell through cars, all sorts of mess happening. So, be careful. Be careful out there. Even with thunderstorm, things can get to be really, really nasty.
I may be putting the truck in the garage tonight.
Well, that's one thing I do because I kind of like my windshield.
Yes, yeah.
Don't want to have to
with
get
that
another one.
projected hail. So.
What was it I was seeing on here too? Onslow County has got a hurricane preparation form coming out for them.
Oh, good.
Emergency services. We've got Norman Bryson in here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We'll be talking about this and other situations going along with the emergency services of what they do and what he's seen in the past with fireworks, people being hurt. We had one in Swansboro where fireworks went awry
Right.
a few years ago.
Last year, was it last year it kept them from having the 4th of July fireworks?
I'm not sure, but we've also had...
Because the supplier's stash blew up?
Yeah. We've also had incidents where people... I remember one, it was at Surf City where a pier collapsed, or North Topsail, or not North Topsail, but South Topsail, where a pier that everybody gathered on to watch the fireworks, it collapsed.
I remember
the sound.
I remember some of the balconies.
Yeah, and balconies. We've had a lot of balconies to collapse. That's one of the things. A lot of places are built on the beach, and sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, sometimes contractors, they use iron nails instead of galvanized nails.
Okay.
And when that happens, those iron nails rust away.
Yes.
And it weakens those decks. And when you have a deck party up high on the second floor, you got a lot of extra weight out there. And things can happen, and they have happened. They've
They
happened
need to
in
use
Morale. They
screws.
happen everywhere else. You got to use special screws. If I was going to build a deck like that,
Yes.
I'd just go to me a boat store, get me some stainless steel, real honest to goodness, good quality boating type stainless
Oh,
steel
yes.
screws.
Well, I told you I'd been working on rebuilding my fence in the back of the wood fence,
Mhm.
and I'm a little over halfway done. But I've been using long deck screws on it. I took the nails out and
Yeah.
been using screws.
Well,
What a
good.
difference.
Yeah, it's a difference. They're having this hurricane community forum today. Officials are partnering with the town of North Topsail Beach and the U.S. National Weather Service in Newport. They'll discuss key information about being prepared for severe weather throughout the season. They will also discuss supplies you can keep handy as we continue to monitor tropical activity this summer. It happens at 5:30 this afternoon at the North Topsail Beach Town Hall. So if you want to go, plan on going down there. Take a look, see what they've got to offer. If you're a newbie to the area, especially those in North Topsails and East
Yeah.
area, a lot of people move in and they have no idea what a hurricane is all about.
Correct.
They don't have any idea what supplies to get.
Surprise.
It can be a major for them. So
It's a lot of stress.
it is a lot of stress.
Sitting there and going hours and hours and hours of wind and rain.
And if the power's out, then you got to deal with the dark too.
Yes.
If you don't have battery lights.
Because they never hit during the day.
That's something about them. I don't know
Why?
what is around here. They just generally don't hit during the day.
Oh, that's weird.
They like the cover of darkness, I guess. But anyway, I've been through a bunch of them. I did. There was one. I forgot the name of it. That I was on North Topsail before it was North Topsail, way back when, and actually sometime in the 70s, and backed up on the ramp going up to a fishing pier there. It wasn't a huge storm.
Right.
It wasn't one of those critical things, but it was barely a hurricane, and it did not strike right there. But down the beach, I watched come up as a tornado tore
Wow.
up a house on the beach.
Wow.
I've never seen a tornado hit,
Mhm.
but I have seen one, and it was on the beach. I had a clear view. It's probably 2 miles away, but that thing came up and it just twisting and all that wood going up in the air.
Yeah.
It was
That's-
surreal.
That's what I fear the most about a hurricane are the tornadoes that it spawns.
Yeah.
You just never know when one's just going to come right up and wipe out a neighborhood.
And they can do it.
Yes.
I had one down the street here, 2 miles down the street back in the 10 years ago or so, something like that.
Yes.
And I went there right after the fact. And, there was a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
I heard,
Nobody was
I
hurt.
was living in Bryn Mawr at the time. I heard that thing go right over the house.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember it. Yep.
I remember going out there and surveying a lot of the damage over there in Montclair.
My
Yeah.
friend
Where
lived
it
in
went
Montclair,
through.
and she had a lot of damage to her house. Yeah.
And kudos to the Red Cross and Salvation Army for being out there for
Oh
a
yeah,
week or
did
more.
a good job.
Yep.
Excellent job.
Well, I hadn't heard about this one either. Got a plane crash down in Brunswick County.
Yes,
that, yeah.
I saw that this morning on the
Mhm.
news.
I think it was a private plane.
Yes,
yeah.
it was a small one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened on Frying Pan Roads in Southport yesterday. The fire chief said the small plane crashed into a home and was engulfed in flames. When first responders arrived, the fire was extinguished shortly after crews got to the scene. According to the FAA, only the pilot was on board the single-engine plane at the time of the crash. An FAA spokesperson said the crash occurred about 4:15 in the afternoon. 3 people inside the home. The plane had taken off from Cape Fear Regional Airport, about a mile away from the crash site. Everybody in the house made it out.
What about the pilot?
I'm looking. Still investigating the cause of the crash. Details on the pilot's condition have not been released.
Okay.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Well, did you talk about this woman who shot an Uber driver in El Paso, Texas?
No, why?
thought that she was being kidnapped by the Uber driver because as they were traveling, she started seeing signs for Mexico. And she thought that the Uber driver was kidnapping her and forcibly taking her to Mexico. So she pulled out a gun and shot him in the back of the head
While they're underway?
while they're underway. Yes.
But what was he really doing? Maybe just taking her.
I guess he was an Uber driver. So there was some miscommunication there. But it's said that she's accused of grabbing a handgun from her purse and shooting the driver in the head. The vehicle then crashed into barriers before coming to a stop on the highway. But here it said that she actually took a picture after she shot the driver. She took a picture of it and texted it to her boyfriend.
What an idiot.
This woman's got some issues. Yes. And somebody said, I wish she would have
They
spoken up.
charged her with murder.
Yeah. Asked
Well-
questions and not acted on impulse and made a reckless decision because not only did she ruin our lives, but she ruined her life too. This is from the family. So I don't did you see her picture? Yeah, it shows it.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a
crying.
real quick break here? They're trying to get things straightened out, and they found out where the issue is. You're live and local Real Talk.
Very
We'll be
good.
right back.
Gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville and Hubert, takes this time to celebrate America's birthday this Independence Day, July the 4th. Flatwoods Outfitters is one of the most complete sporting and firearm facilities in eastern North Carolina, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season from bear to dove. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and Constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, where they aim to please.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tickets. And they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3880 Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Hello, Onslow. Roy Spinnett here with Century 21 Champion Real Estate. I always say that real estate is the best investment you can make in your life. to generate wealth. I've been helping real estate buyers and sellers for 18 years in Onslow County. If you need a realtor to help you buy or sell, you want someone who knows Onslow County and knows about the real estate industry, I would love to hear from you. 910-389-9638. Call me, Roy Spinnett, Century 21 Champion Real Estate. Thank you.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back down in Louisiana. They got a mess on their hands down that way in one little area there. Donaldsonville, Louisiana. I've never heard of it.
Donaldsonville. Okay.
Yeah, is home to several petrochemical plants and refineries, which they emit massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the environment every year. The White House and the oil industry are seeking to fast track a project to store the emissions underground to delay climate warming.
Well, that's just going to get in the ground and everything. What?
Into the water.
Yes. What? No, let's not do that.
Okay. Now, Black communities are having problems already, elevated cancer risk from existing chemical plants.
Correct.
So now they're going to put it into water.
I just, how much sense does that make? So in trying to save the planet, you're going to wipe it free of anybody that's going to live on it. Come on now.
They got to find a better way.
Yeah, I agree.
And obviously what we're doing is nothing. And we're impacting people's lives. So, I guess the White House has their own little thing they want to get done, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but there needs to be something positive in the way they do it. That's all I can say. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing fine, Bill. What's up?
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, I was just calling, I guess, that listening to a lot of stuff with the weather, storms and stuff. And, historically, we've had our coastline that gets beat up pretty bad every hurricane season we get one. I wondered back, and I was thinking back to the days before the high prices of petrochemicals when they used to make fiberglass, the beginning of fiberglass boats, basically. And how wood rotted and all the work you had to do to get a boat ready for the next season. and they came out with fiberglass boats, and it's very rare you even see a wooden one anymore. But how come they didn't do the same thing with houses? I know where we were, there was one guy who had had one built for him, and they used basically a Quonset hut style roofing on it, and he doubled it up so it was like a double wide. It was a shoreline house right at the water, but still, has really not ever taken a beating that they just couldn't polish out and a touch up with gel coat, etc. Yeah, I just wondered why it really never took off. But, the prices of fuel was probably the reason.
Well, the price of you ever price fiberglass resin?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like it'd be a lot.
Like astronomical around here.
Mm.
I'd worked for Boston Whaler making boats before, and then they got it in such high volume that when you got it from the employees, it was like $5 a gallon or $1 a gallon, depending on when you bought it. But
well, it's about $20 a quart now.
Yeah, it's high. I think the last gallon I bought was like $49 at Walmart, and then they stopped selling gallons. And by the quart, I can't remember what it was, 23, something like that, a quart. So it had gone way up. But
and with your Boston Whalers and stuff,
still
those
a push for the big yachts, and why I guess they can't and push more of the fiberglass houses.
Well, Bill, they, as you worked with Boston Whaler, they poured their boats into molds, right?
No, they sprayed them. They had like reels. They had pallets of fiberglass on spools. It looked like a big cotton spool or yarn, and it fed into the gun. And the gun had choppers on it that chopped it in like 2-inch length.
Okay, but it was in a mold, right? It had to be in some sort of a mold to get it to form to.
Yeah, they didn't pour it into the mold. They sprayed it. They sprayed the mold.
Well, however they got it in there.
And then they spray the fiberglass and resin mix.
So
the gun chopped the spool yarn of fiberglass.
Yeah, I got that.
And then it came out into the resin that then went onto the boat. And you rolled it with what do you call it? Just paint rollers.
Yeah, I understand how it's done, but how would you do that for a house? You would have to have some kind of a mold to be able to spray it into, right?
Yeah, you can mold it, and the way they move, like the trailer homes here in large sections, in the pools. I mean, you see pre-molded pools at pool places on the back of a lowboy being brought in and then put in place. So they just bring it in sectionally and then join the sections. So I know it's been done before. They had one built where we were, and I think the someone who worked at Dow Chemical that made Corning, glass. So, but anyway, it was, that was built in the late 60s, early 70s, and it just weathered all the storms fine. So, where other houses just got wiped away. So, I guess good ways would still wipe that away, though, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, bye.
Let's see. I'm trying to check and see if we can take another break right now. Not quite sure. We got to take our final one as soon as the log is all taken care of.
Yep.
We've talked a little bit about Austin.
Texas?
Yeah, about all the crime that they've had there, and they're doing something to make it more family friendly and safer down there. I've been there. I went there 5 or 6 years ago, and they were talking about the crime rate at that time. And down there in the river area, Riverwalk area, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful location, and it's just cool to be there. I wasn't uncomfortable, but I wasn't down there late at night. And apparently late at nighttime is when they have some problems. So they're trying to clean it up, make it more family friendly.
Okay.
So that'll be good. Let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Hi, we're from Hooters. I'm Alyssa. I'm Tao. I'm Julie. And we're here to tell you about all the specials we have going on at Hooters right now. Yeah, Monday we have BOGO bone-in wings. It's buy 10, get 10. And Tuesdays we have $9.99 build your own burger. Wednesdays we have BOGO boneless wings, buy 10, get 10 free. Thursdays are $19.99 wings in a Big Daddy bundle. It'll be a Blue Moon or a Mick Ultra. Flashback Fridays, we got 1983 crab legs. And then every weekend we have Kids Eat Free. 1 adult equals 1 free kids meal. And don't forget our beer features at $3 Blue Moon drafts and $9.99 Mick Ultra pitchers. And we have Chase Day bundle going on. 8 boneless wings and a 32-ounce Busch Light or fountain drink for $13.99. Come in on 4th of July. We're all going to be in bikinis. And then every Thursday we have karaoke with DJ Unique from Limelight.
The Burrow Restaurant and Bar in Swansboro is hiring. We're currently looking for experienced line cooks and expos. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. The Burrow is open 7 days a week. Stop by for an application. Our sister restaurant, Il Cigno Italiano, is also hiring line cooks, expos, and bartenders. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. The Burrow Restaurant on Front Street and Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue, both in Swansboro.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with a value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's summertime and the time to consider an in-ground swim to soak in a large spa at your home to work on those sore your lawn and other chores. No doubt you've seen those fabulous outdoor kitchens and patios on TV. Well, wait no longer. Check out Jacksonville's very own pools, patios, and spas and see for yourself what you're missing but could be experiencing. With all-American products using all-American parts, there's no better way to celebrate Independence Day and celebrate all year long for years to come. Set up an appointment at your earliest opportunity. Pools, patios, and spas, 2965 Richlands Highway in Jacksonville, 910-939-4575, and they're Google approved.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, you guys heard some of our new commercials on there this morning.
Yes, got them all in.
Yeah, we got everything in, and we do appreciate all of that. They'll be playing for the rest of this week, and also on the 3rd and the 4th for 4th of July special that we ran. So if you, in the future, want to get involved, some of our specials that we will be running, just let Lee and write this number down, 910-330-0222.
Excellent.
Man,
Good job.
I'm getting good. Better, less worse, whatever. Coming up tomorrow, we have at 7:30, we're going to be having a chat with Billy Sewell. I'm going to be talking about the Board of Education meeting later this week, where they will be discussing the memorandum of understanding between the county, the schools, and the city council, and see if they want to get on board with it to discuss the future of a swimming pool here, a swimming complex in Onslow County. So Billy has been leading that charge with the YMCA. So it's a private government contract is what the proposal is. Private deal. We've heard about everything from coliseums to convention centers to sports complexes and everything else. And one of the things that the folks who always brought up, can we have a private partnership with the county or the city or both to do something like this? So, this is one of the opportunities that a lot of people had asked for. So the YMCA being the private part, and they're raising money of their own as well, and to run it as a business. So that way it takes the burden off of the county and the city and the school system, other than a initial contribution. So we'll be discussing that tomorrow. We also have Norman Bryson. We'll be chatting with him for a short time, about 8 o'clock in the morning, right after we have Mike Causey, our insurance commissioner,
I love
on
me
here.
some Mike Causey.
Mike's
He's a great guy.
Is a good guy.
Yes.
I met him when he was running the first time, and he's an interesting guy. And he's, as the insurance commissioner, he's the one charged with making sure the insurance rates stay in check, and every insurance rate request hike.
He's been a good commissioner.
They go through that with a fine-tooth comb to make sure we're not getting
not
screwed.
Afraid of turmoil.
Not at all. And we're going to be talking about coastal insurance in the morning for a few minutes. And then we'll have Norman here, Norm Bryson from the Emergency Operations Center, talking about fireworks, but also talking about
hurricane preparedness.
Hurricane preparedness. So that's it's going to be a big day tomorrow.
Hurricane.
I'm going to have a big day right now too, because I'm getting ready to lose power here.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
We need to sign off because
we're getting ready to go dark.
Yeah. You're live and local, Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. The three of us, thank you, and we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is in Eagle Pass, Texas, to talk about plans for immigration.